Hello student. So children, today we will learn about the new topic and the last topic of your chapter number 5, and that is decentralization. Student, before going through with this new topic of decentralization, I just want to tell you one thing, that decentralization is some way the student get confused between decentralization or delegation process of organizing. Now you have to be very careful about these two concepts. When we talk about delegation, I have explained you in the earlier video that delegation is a process of transferring responsibility from the superior or from the manager's side towards his subordinate. So when I am saying toward its subordinate, it means we are talking about immediate subordinate. It means there are three people, the first top person, the second middle person, and the third lower person. So if we are talking about the delegation process, in this way the first person can be able to transfer his certain work to the second person, but he cannot transfer his work to the third person. It means transfer of responsibility is only for the immediate subordinate, not for the next subordinate. That process is known as delegation. We are not delegating the work towards the whole organization. The superior or the manager can only transfer his responsibility to his immediate subordinate. That is delegation. But when we talk about decentralization, it's little bit different from delegation. That in the process of decentralization, the manager can able to delegate his authority towards the whole organization or to the lower level of the organization also. Means they are not restricted to the immediate subordinate. They can able to distribute his work or power towards the lower level of the organization people also. Now see, like for example, in many organizations, the top management play an active role. They used to take all the decision, while there are others in which this power is given to even the lower level of management also. Right? It means some organization are there where the top peoples, those who are sitting in the top post, they used to take each and every decision. But in opposite of that, there are certain organization where this power has been given to the lower level of organization people also for taking certain decision. Now, those organizations in which decision making authority lies with the top management are termed as centralized organization. But whereas others organization where authority is shared with lower level are decentralized organization. From here only it should be clear that if you talk about the organization, there are certain organization. Now decentralization policies completely depend on the policy of organization. देर माइट भी सर्टेन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन यूज़ करते हों अपनी बिजनेस में, और कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऐसे भी होती हैं जो ना यूज़ करें. सो दिस इज़ कंप्लीट फ्रीडम हैज़ बीन गिवन टू द ओनर वेदर दे वांट टू गो थ्रू विद डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन और दे डोंट वांट टू गो थ्रू विद द डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. इफ़ एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज़ देयर हु इज़ गिविंग certain power of taking decision towards the lower level of the employee also in the organization, that organization will be known as decentralization organization. It means जहाँ पे lower level के employees को भी organization power देती है कुछ decision लेने के लिए, उस organization को हम बोलते हैं कि वो decentralization organization है. But just opposite of that, there are certain organization where all the powers of taking decision are with the top level people. They don't share this to other low level of people. That type of organization is known as centralization organization. Now in our syllabus we will be reading deeply about decentralization process. Now decentralization of authority means dispersal of authority to take decision throughout the organization up to the lower level. It means decentralization, if you talk on the basis of authority, अगर हम authority या power की बात करते हैं तो decentralization of authority basically means where we are transferring the authority to take decision toward the whole organization till to the lower level. It means it's not restricted to the immediate subordinate. Even the other people who are working down to the lower level can also able to take certain decision there. That concept is known as decentralization. It implies reservation of some authority with the top level management and transferring rest of the authority to the lower level of organization. This empower lower level to take decision regarding problem faced by them without having to go to the upper level. Now what is happening after decentralization? Now because of the decentralization, certain authority or power are with top level management and certain power they are transferring to the lower level of organization also. So in this case what is happening? We are empowering a lower level of employee so that they can take their decision whatever problem or issues they are facing without coming to the upper level of organization people. Now according to the Allen, see the definition here. Decentralization refers to the systematic efforts to delegate to the lowest level all authority except the one which can be exercised at central point. According to Allen, he said that decentralization is a process where a systematic efforts has to delegate, where we have to make a systematic efforts to delegate the authority to the lowest level, all the authority except the one which can be exercised at a central point. It means एक systematic efforts है decentralization जहाँ पे हम लोग delegates कर रहे हैं lowest level को authorities, सारी authorities except उस authorities उस power को छोड़ के जो कि सिर्फ central point पे यानी top level पे ही होनी चाहिए. So this process of transferring the power or authority towards the lower level so that they can take their decision themselves is known as decentralization process. Now centralization, just opposite of decentralization. Centralization, authority retained at the top level, and decentralization equals to systematic delegation of authority at all level and in all department of firm. Firm need to be balanced the two. It means if we talk about centralization, the authority of taking power or taking decision making authority are retained with the top level people only. Means the top level people are not transferring the authority to take decision to somebody else. They keep that power with themselves only. They don't give this power to the lower or other level of people. So that concept is known as centralization concept, where in any organization where all the powers of taking decision are with the top level people, that organization will be called as centralization organization. Or decentralization, just opposite, systematic delegation of authority at all the level within all the department of firm, it will call as decentralization. Now a question arises that how a firm can be, either the firms are decentralized firm or the firms are centralized firm. So the answers here will be that it should be balanced. The organization should be centralized also, and some way they have to be decentralized also. There are certain power which should be within the top level people only, and there are certain power which should be transferred to the lower level of organization people also. Now in case of decentralized firm, top level retain authority. It means अगर एक organization is a decentralized organization, it means all the powers of taking decision will be with the top level of management people only. Now policies and decision within the whole firm, they used to make the policies and decision for the whole organization and for the whole departments of organization. Overall control and coordinations, all the things are with the top level people only. They control the whole organization, and even they try to coordinate also within the whole organization. Middle and lower level have authority to take decision with tasks allocated to them. Now here, if our organization is there, centralized plus decentralized, now how it should work? So in that case, there should be certain power which has to be given to the middle and lower level also, so that they can take their decision themselves, which should be related with the task which is handed over to them. Now, centralization and decentralization represent the pattern of authority among managers at different level. Centralization of authority means concentration of power of decision making in few hands. So from here only it should be clear again. Centralization of authority का मतलब क्या हुआ? Centralization of authority basically means the concentration of power of decision making in a few hand. जहाँ पे decision making की जो power होती है वो कुछ लोगों के हाथ में होती है, उसे हम बोलते हैं centralization of authority. Now, in such an organization, very little authority is delegated to manager at middle and lower level. If there is any organization which is working in the policy of centralization, so they give very less authority or power to the manager at middle and lower level. They used to retain all the power with themselves only. No organization can be completely centralized or decentralized. Again, this is very important point, that if you are talking about any business organization, the organization you cannot say is a centralized organization or completely decentralized organization. They have certain portion of centralization policy also, and some portion they are using decentralization policy also. They exist together and there is need for a balance between the two. It means inside the organization we have the centralization also and the decentralization also. Some way the top people keep certain power with them only, they retain the power with them only, and some way they hand over certain power or certain authority to the downward people also, or to the lower level of organization also. As the organization grow in size, there is tendency to move toward decentralization. Thus every organization is characteristics by both. It means when we talk about organization, when the size of the organization are small, where the manager feel that they can able to handle all the work, they used to go through with the policy of centralization mostly. But when the size of the organization increase, they go through with the policy of decentralization also. Now we will be talking about the importance of decentralization. Centralization is not this inside your syllabus. So now we will go through with the importance of decentralization. Suppose any organization is there where the top level people are transferring the authority of taking decision to the lower level people also. So what are the importance organization will be getting from this decentralization policy? Now the first thing will be develop initiative among subordinate. It helps to promote confidence because the subordinate are given freedom to take their own decision. Now when we go through with the policy of decentralization inside the organization, where we are handing over certain authority to the lower level of employee also to take certain decision regarding the task which is handed over to them. So in that way we are promoting their confidence. We are promoting the confidence, or we are encouraging the confidence of subordinate by giving them freedom, and in this way they will be able to be more initiative. Now next will be quick and better decision. Now the burden of manager decision does not lie in the hand of few individual, but get divided among various person, which help them to take better and quick decision. Now because of the decentralization work or decentralization policy, now when all the people, those who are working in the lower level also, even they have certain power of taking decision regarding their work. So in this way the quick decision can be taken out. If we will go through with the centralization policy, and the people, those who are working in the lower level, if they are facing any issue with the work, before taking the decision regarding that, they have to talk or communicate to the top level, which took time. So we cannot able to take quick decision in that case, right? So because of the decentralization, where we are giving freedom to the lower level also, the quickly decision can be taken from them. Now the next is relieve the top executive from excess workload. Now what is happening in the decentralization? We are transferring authority to the lower level of the organization also. So what a manager or top level people are doing, they are relieving their self. Top peoples are relieving their self from the excess workload which they have. The daily managerial work are assigned to the subordinate, which leave enough time with the superior which they can utilize in developing new strategies. It means now the daily work, a daily basis decision which has to be taken, these decision power they are giving to the subordinate, in which they are getting more time. They means the top level people, they are getting more time, which time they can utilize for developing another new policies or developing organization. Now next is managerial development. It means giving authority to the subordinate up to the lower level to take decision regarding their work. In this way, the opportunity to make or to take decision help in the development of the organization also. Now managerial development basically means when we are following decentralization policy inside the organization. It means we are giving authority to our subordinate. They are working in the lower level, and what authority we are giving? We are giving them authority regarding that they can take decision regarding their work they self. They don't need to come and ask this from the top level people. So in this way they are getting opportunity, and we are giving them opportunity to take decision which will help them for the development of organization also, and even for their own development also. Now next is better control. Now it make it possible to evaluate performance at each level, which result in complete control over all the activities. Now because we are following the decentralization process, and the top level people, they transfer the authority or certain decision making power to the other lower level of people also. So each and every department people can able to evaluate the performance of their own department and then control it according to their own manners. So these are the importance which our organization is getting if they are following the decentralization policy. Now children, we will be talking about the difference between delegation and decentralization. Now see the basis. If you talk about delegation, it is a compulsory act. Now why it is a compulsory act? Because no manager is able to do all the work inside the organization. They have to delegate, they have to transfer their work, they have to transfer their authority responsibility towards the subordinate, immediate subordinate, his own subordinate. So it's a compulsory act. Now decentralization, it is an optional policy. Decentralization is optional policy because every organization have the complete freedom that whether they want to go through with decentralization policy or they want to go through with centralization policy. वो टॉप लेवल को सारे डिसीजन खुद से लेने हैं या फिर लोअर लेवल को भी देने हैं. दिस ऑप्शन पॉलिसी इज देयर. सो डेलीगेशन कंपलसरी होता है जहाँ पे मैनेजर अपने वर्कलोड को रिड्यूस करने के लिए वर्क को अपने सबॉर्डिनेट को देता है, इमीडिएट सबॉर्डिनेट को देता है. So it's a compulsory act which every manager has to do, but decentralization is not compulsory. It's completely a optional policy for an organization that whether they want to go through with decentralization, जहाँ पे वो अपनी पावर को, डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर को देना चाहेंगी लोअर लेवल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, या फिर उन्हें सेंट्रलाइजेशन को फॉलो करना है जहाँ पे कि वो सारी ऑथोरिटी अपने पास ही रिटेन रखेंगे. नेक्स्ट इज फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्शन. Less freedom to take decision due to more control by the superior. Now because of the delegation process, we are transferring the responsibility towards the immediate subordinate, but we are not giving the whole freedom for taking decision, right? They are accountable for the superior. So इसमें जो कंट्रोल होता है वो ज़्यादा किसके पास होता है? सुपीरियर के पास ही होता है. फ्रीडम इसमें जो सबॉर्डिनेट होता है, जिसको ट्रांसफ़र किया गया वर्क या अथॉरिटी या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, लेस होती है. बट इन केस ऑफ डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन, more freedom of action due to less control by the top management. When the top management use decentralization policy, they give complete freedom regarding that work to the lower level peoples. Now next is status. Now delegation. Delegation is a process of sharing task and authority. In the process of delegation हम क्या करते हैं? The manager used to share his task to his immediate subordinate. With task means responsibility, he also share certain power of that task to his subordinate, immediate subordinate, right? So that is the reason we call it is a process of sharing task and authority. But decentralization is the result of policy decision taken by the top management. Decentralization कहाँ से आता है? स्टेटस इसका आता है डायरेक्टली टॉप मैनेजमेंट से. इट मीन्स डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लाना है या नहीं लाना है, या सेंट्रलाइजेशन पॉलिसी लानी है, ये टॉप लेवल के जो लोग होते हैं ये डिसीजन लेते हैं. स्कोप. नाउ डेलीगेशन हैव अ नैरो स्कोप. व्हाई? एज इट इज़ कन्फाइंड टू अ सुपीरियर एंड हिज इमीडिएट सबॉर्डिनेट. इट मीन्स डेलीगेशन की प्रोसेस जो होती है उसमें नैरो स्कोप होता है, क्योंकि वो दो लोगों के बीच में होती है, सुपीरियर एंड उसके जो इमीडिएट सबॉर्डिनेट जो काम करते हैं. सो इट्स अ प्रोसेस बिटवीन two people, right? But the decentralization is a wider scope. It has a wider scope because it include extension of delegation to all the level of management. It means the top level can give or transfer his authority and responsibility toward the downward level of the organization also. Immediate subordinate, it's not compulsory over there. Now purpose of delegation or decentralization. हम delegation क्यों यूज़ करते हैं? टू रिड्यूस द बर्डन ऑफ मैनेजर. डेलीगेशन प्रोसेस यूज़ करने के पीछे का जो मेन रीज़न है, इट इज़ दैट वी कैन रिड्यूस द बर्डन ऑफ द मैनेजर. बट द डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन प्रोसेस इज़ यूज्ड टू इंक्रीज द रोल and the autonomy of lower level of management. Why we go through with the decentralization policy? So that we can give more important to the management or people, those who are working in the lower level, by providing them autonomy or freedom of taking decision. So children, these are the difference between delegation and decentralization. Again I have told these topics are where the children get confused more. So you have to remember one thing very clearly, that when we talk about delegation, delegation is basically used for reducing the burden of manager, right? And when we talk about decentralization, decentralization is basically used for giving more autonomy to the lower level of management or for increasing their role in the organization. When we talk about delegation, delegation is basically a narrow scope. Why? Because here the two people are involved. The superior can only able to give or delegate his work to whom? His immediate subordinate. वो पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अपने वर्क को नहीं दे सकता है. बट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन वाइडर कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, बिकॉज इट इंक्लूड द होल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, where the superior can able to give his work authority to the whole organization. Now delegation is compulsory because a manager has to reduce his work. For this he has to give his work to his subordinate. But decentralization is an optional policy. It's depend on the organization whether they want to go through with decentralization or centralization. In case of delegation, freedom is less. Why? Because still the subordinate is responsible or accountable for the superior. But in case of decentralization, the more freedom is given because there is no control from the top level people. In case of relegation, the status is sharing task and authority. But in case of decentralization, the status is result of policy decision taken by the top management. So children, with this we have finished with our chapter number 5, organization. Thank you.